Alrighty. What's up, everybody? My peeps. How's it going, you sexy bitches? And all you other pieces of garbage. Peter Joseph here for a Sunday night video. Right here. On the official Peter fucking Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure you like the video. And subscribe to this very channel and my other channels down there. I think we all know where it is. In the description box below. So show your love and support. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook. And friend me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You can also follow me on Facebook, I guess, too. I don't know. But follow me on social media if you dare, if you're real, if you're good. If you're not, go fuck yourself and jump in a hole. Matter of fact, just jump in a hole. Just get off my social media and go fuck yourself. And that's pretty much it. And don't forget to share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. I think we all know what to do with that too. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn video. And if you do, well, fuck you, man. You missed it. Too fucking bad. Go cry me a river. That's pretty much it. Let me move on. Alright, so if you like it, good. You don't, get out of here. And if this is your first time watching, as always, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. And if you don't like it, you can jump off and pretty much jump off. Get out of here, we don't want you here. Go fuck yourself, go sub to somebody with like 3 subs. And no views. And pretty much that's it. You don't like me? I don't give a shit. Get out of here. But you'll stay because you love me so much. You need help. You seriously need help, some of you. But it is what it is. Alright, but if you're new here, you like it, good. You know, and like I said, get out of here. That's that. Alright, everybody. It's Sunday night. You know what that means. Time for another video right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. I'm Peter Joseph. If you didn't know that by now, I'm a content creator talking about the world of professional wrestling and basically anything else I feel like talking about. That's pretty much it because, you know, you can't because you have a dead channel. But I digress on that. And we'll move on with that. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, on this Sunday night, November the 26th, 2023, we got a couple more days to go for the rest of November. And then this Friday, we start the greatest month in the world and the countdown to the greatest days in the world. I think we all know what those are. And then the end of the year. So, officially, we are now, as of this video, we are 4 weeks away from Christmas, 5 weeks away from the end of the year. So, we're about 28 to 35 days away from the end of the year, the Christmas season, and all that good shit. I think we all know what the greatest day in the world is. But should be a good time. We're going to count down the weeks till Christmas and some birthdays coming up in about a week from now. A little over a week from now, about. There's going to be some good shit coming up. Good stuff. Good stuff. And that's it. But I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you ate with your families and all that good stuff. You don't have a food coma after 3 days. Ate all the leftovers and did what you had to do. And if you worked in retail the past 3 days, bless you. You got through it. And now it's going to slow down a little bit, but by the time Christmas comes, you may want to quit. But I don't advise that, but if you want to quit, I mean, it's up to you. But, if you want to make that holiday money, that's up to you, too. You want to get that Christmas bonus, then maybe you might want to stay. You get that Christmas bonus, but it is what it is. But hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving weekend, and sadly for most of us, back to work tomorrow. And that's that. I had a pretty good Thanksgiving holiday. Didn't really do much. Watched the Niners kick the Seahawks' ass. And now next Sunday, we play those pedophile Eagles who they played shitty in the first half, and then the second half they wake up, just like today. They were down. And then somehow they tied the game up with a 59-yard field goal by luck. And then, Josh Allen took the Bills down the field. Could have had a game-winning touchdown if he threw it properly. Had a guy wide open and overthrew him. Had to settle for a field goal. Eagles go down the field. And pretty much almost like about a minute or so left. Jalen Hurts, what can you say? He puts his name in the hat for the MVP this year. Goes right in, touchdown, wins the game for the Eagles, 37-34. So the Eagles are 10-1. Pretty much in the driver's seat for that number 1 seed again. And 2 games behind is the Niners, who have to officially have the number 2 slot. Also, conference record. But, some teams are creeping up for that number 2 seed, so the Lions got the number 3 seed. The Falcons got the number 4 seed, because that NFC South sucks so bad. And don't look now, but those Giants might make a run. They barely won today, 10-7 over Belichick and the Patriots. Missed a game-tying field goal. So the Giants won 10-7. I picked them to win. Who knew? And I don't win. Yeah, $10 in the can. Bing, ding, cha-ching. Big whoop, $10. Whatever. But it is what it is. The Giants are now 4-8. They got the Packers next Sunday at home before the bye week. They have a bye week at week 15. I mean, how many teams can you say has the bye week? People saying it's next week and they play the 10th. I gotta check that, but they have the bye coming up soon. So then they play the Packers at home. They gotta play the Eagles twice. That's sad. They're done. It'd be nice to have them win both games for the Niners' sake, but there's no chance. But they got the Commanders in between that. I mean, they could make it, they could run the table. I don't think they will because they got to play the Eagles twice. So, I mean, the way it's looking, Giants can go 4-12 or possibly they can run the table the next few games and possibly get to 7-10, maybe 9-8. But don't count out the Giants, but like I said, with their schedule coming up, not so good, Al. They need a miracle, and I don't know if they have, DeVito, 2-1 as a starter the last 3 weeks. Doing some good shit so far, but I think when the Giants play that Eagle defense, forget it. He's going to throw like 6,000 interceptions. But it is what it is. But next week is going to be huge. And it's a 4 o'clock game, which sucks unless they flex it. I hope they do, but I guess we won't find out until maybe middle of this week. But it's a 4:25 game in excuse me, in Philadelphia. Niners and the Eagles. Niners win. They still remain a game back of the Eagles. But, you know, the Eagles, I think they got to play the Cowboys again. I think they got to play they play the Giants twice. I know that. So that's 3 games. I think their final game is against the Commanders, I think. I think they got division games coming up after the Niners game. So, you know, they could go maybe, I would probably think they're going to go 3-1. You know, the Niners got the Eagles next week. They got Seattle right after that at home. Then go to Arizona. Then they got the Ravens on Christmas night. Then they got the Commanders right around on New Year's Eve. Somewhere around there. And then the week after that, the final game of the year, at home against the Rams, who are looking for a playoff spot. For a wild card spot. Same thing, basically. But, so that number 7 spot could basically go to anybody right now. Could go to the Rams, could go to the Seahawks, could go to the Vikings, Tampa Bay, the Saints, the Falcons. I mean, really, I don't even think it matters who gets the number 7 seed. The Niners get the home game as a number 2 seed. It could fall to number 3, but it doesn't matter. They still get a home game. But depending on who they play, that might matter. But we'll see. We shall see. We're gonna it's week 12. About to hit week 13 on Thursday. So we got about 5 more weeks of football, which will basically take us till 2024. And then it's playoff time. That's when we get a little bit excited. But it is what it is. One team that probably won't make the playoffs is the Jets, sadly. And yeah, Tim Doyle again. They said that he's gonna start against the Falcons this next Sunday. I'll tell you the truth. If he lays another stinker, they might have to go to the 3rd quarterback, the emergency quarterback, whoever that is. I care less, but I don't even think the Jets are gonna win another game this year. It's sad to say. They're 4 and what are they now? 4 and I think they're 4 and 7, 4 and 8. I think they're 4 and 7. So you know they're gonna have to jump over a ton of teams to get the wild card spot, and then Rodgers might come back, but it might be too late. I know they're saying it might be week 16, which is like 3 weeks away, right before Christmas. So. I mean, we'll see what happens, but even if Rodgers comes back, Jets probably won't be even thinking about the playoffs. They'll just be playing for pride and, you know, maybe showcasing what Rodgers will do maybe in a healthy full season next year. But we'll see. We shall see what happens with that. And that's pretty much it for that. How about those New York Rangers? 15 wins, best in the NHL. Oh yeah, you gotta love it. And oh, by the way, Boston Bruins fans. 7-4 yesterday, bitches. At the Garden. No, not the Boston Garden, but the actual Garden. The real Garden. The Mecca of Gardens. That's Madison Square Garden. And no, I was not there. Well, I wish I was, but I was not. I will be going back to the Garden pretty soon, but not right now. Got other things to worry about, you know. But, yeah, Rangers are doing some good shit. 15 wins, 31, as far as I know, 33 points. Tops in the, the Eastern Conference. And the boss is right behind them. So, and it's early still. It's not even December yet. So, Rangers doing some good shit, man. They're doing good. Freaking Lafreniere, or we call him Laffy. Not Daffy. Laffy. Doing some good shit. He's on a mega point scoring streak right now. The bread man, Panarin. Good shit. Micah is... You know, Kreider had a goal last night. And some of the young kids are starting to, get some goals here and there that I never seen. Like, who are these guys? Igor standing on his head. If he could had Henrik, the god, well, not the god, but of the Rangers goalies of all time. I think we all know who the god is. Richter! Sorry. But I digress. But yeah, Mr. Henrik Lundqvist, first ballot Hall of Famer, by the way, was at the Garden yesterday. Get his jersey lifted up. Nobody is going to wear number 30 again as a Ranger. That sucks. You want a goalie number? How about number 98? No. Can't wear 99. You know why? Gretzky. Another great Ranger, but he only played like, what, a season or two? Then he got hurt in the playoffs. Remember that game? He got hurt, which basically killed the Rangers' momentum. I think if Gretzky didn't get hurt, they would have won that freak. They would have probably made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. I think it was 96, 98, somewhere around there. I forget what year. It was Messier and Gretzky on the same goddamn team. It felt like the Edmonton Oilers back in the day. Yeah, those are some good years for the Rangers. 94. I mean, 94 was the greatest year. What next to 2015 when they should have won the Stanley Cup? Just bad overtime losses. Bad losses in the Stanley Cup, and the Kings just like wiped the floor with the Rangers. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, last year, I shouldn't say last year. This past season, we all know what happened. Rangers go to the they go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Well, basically, they were up 2-0, and against Tampa Bay, and then Tampa Bay got destroyed by Colorado, who is the reigning defending Stanley Cup champions. But I don't think they're doing that good this year, but I'll tell you one team that's doing great. That's the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Holy shit. They're doing some good stuff. Number 1 in the Western Conference. That's a team you don't want to face in the playoffs or the Stanley Cup. And they are Stanley Cup champions. So what are you going to do? I mean, but it's early. The season basically started. We got a long way to go. So who knows what happens with the Rangers and you got that, and then you got the basketball that I don't watch. I don't give a shit. But mainly right now I've been watching mostly football. So yeah, I'm kind of locked in for next week. Eagles, Niners. Probably throwing stuff at the TV. Next week is going to be hard-hitting, big, beefy men. Pretty much not slapping, I guess you could say slapping me on the football field, not in the ring. But it should be some good shit. But yeah, so that's basically what I did for Thanksgiving, ate a pretty good meal with my family and who. And then pretty much the weekend didn't really do nothing. Just stayed home and slept most of it. Watched the Survivor Series last night. It was great. I'll get to the review in a minute. But, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for my actual real reaction video to CM Punk. I did one before earlier, but it got blocked worldwide. Thank you, Hunter. In WWE, they blocked it. You barely could even watch it. Copyright. So I was like, you know what? If nobody's gonna watch it because nobody can watch it, it's blocked worldwide. So I was like, fuck it. So I did a proper one, and holy shit, almost one day over 400 views. Thank you for that. And no, it wasn't for clout. But it is what it is. Thank you for the views and everything. I told you, people watch me. They love me. It's 400 of your views. No, it's not. 11, you liked it 11 times. No, can't prove it. You still can't prove it. And I don't have to prove it to you, anything to you, so it is what it is. But it is what it is. But thank you for watching it. I noticed there was a part in that video I went, weird with, the AJ Lee thing. But as always, people take what I say, spin it, put up a boring as fuck video for views. Because they think they're great, and they're not. But, thank you. You're not going to get a you're welcome, but you're going to get a thank you. Thank you for making me more popular. But it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just being funny. And if you don't like me being funny, being sarcastic, then don't watch my video. But you will, because you love me. You love me so much. You have like a 10, 15-year obsession with me. I mean, I aim to please, but but if you have a long-standing beef with me, I think you need to hop off, because I'm going my own way. But if you still want to hang on my nutsack, go ahead. Go ahead, but the door is closed, and I slammed it on your motherfucking ass. So, the door is locked. You're out of here. Goodbye. But keep mentioning my name. Keep bringing my name up. I really don't care. And like I said, pure jealousy. What are you so jealous about? You're jealous because I'm popular. I'm better than you. You can't do a thing about it. Oh, why don't you debate us and outran us? I don't need to do that shit. I don't need to prove myself to a bunch of nobodies. I don't. Oh, you're a pussy. Well, thank you. I get a lot of it. But, I really don't need to. I mean, if it was me against Joe Cronin, I would debate Joe. I have nothing bad to say about Joe. Joe has his own opinion. I talk to him in private most of the time. And we agree to disagree on a few things. But I don't hate the guy. I debate Sean's View Entertainment. I would love to debate him one day, maybe, but, me and Sean had our history. We put everything in the past. And he was right about CM Punk, even though technically he clickbaited around the situation, but still, you have to give him some props. You have to give him a little bit of props for saying, oh, Punk's coming back. But then, he talked about it for 9 years. Like, oh, he's coming back. I got sources, But still, I mean, you can't fault him. We just didn't believe him. Like, oh, yeah, you're clickbaiting. Yeah, but, 9 years later, guess who's back in WWE now? Phil. CM Punk. Now, Sean's kind of mostly throwing it in most of your faces right now. So, you may still hate the guy. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna call him out on bullshit anymore. I mean, he does what he does. I got nothing bad to say. I barely even talk to him anymore. I did my apology video and left it at that. And that's it. Let Sean be Sean. Let him get his whatever amount of subs he got now. He's got 136,000 subs. I mean, good for him. But, me and Sean, I think we just decided to pretty much let bygones be bygones. We put the past behind us. I apologize for the shit I said years ago, and I was like, let's just move on. But it is what it is. But, he's got his own problems to deal with. I got my own problems to deal with. That's it. But in any case, that's that. But I forgot what the hell I was talking about. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But I think you know where I'm getting at. But we will move on with that. But and that's that. But like I said, thank you for the views and everything. And to those people that kind of made fun of the AJ Lee thing I was talking about and was being sarcastic about it. All I have to say is thank you. That's it. Thank you. Continue to be jealous. That's it. Alright, we move on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Sunday night, November the 26th, 2023. Hope you had a great Sunday. Watching football, or watching whatever you did on Sunday. Hope you were safe and everything. But it is now time. Hope you're sitting down. Hope you got a good beverage. This is juice, by the way. Mango miso, whatever it is. One of those squirt drinks. It's mango. Tastes good. I got Propel too. That's I forgot what flavor that is. I think it's like strawberry, or not strawberry, but I think it's like fruit punch. I'm gonna make some of that too. I need more because I only have a little bit left. And I got water next to me, but not gonna drink that much water. Kind of trying to, slim the body down a little bit. Kind of lose a little bit of that gut I got from just being a little bit fat. But not fat, but, I'm not fat. The only part of my body that's fat is my dick. But your girlfriends and your moms don't know about that. But I digress. But anyway, on this Sunday night, it is time for your late and out-of-date Survivor Series 2023 review. Alright, so let's get into the Survivor Series 2023 edition from last night at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. And yes, we will talk about a little bit more about Phil a little bit later on in this review. Got some interesting news to talk about with that. With tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's Raw probably going to be one of the most watched Raws in WWE history this year. Because Punk is going to be on it. Randy Orton's going to be on it. Probably with a segment with Cody. They had a graphic on Twitter that AJ was going to be on it. I'll be shocked if she's on that, but you never know. You never know with AJ. If AJ's there, man, I would love AJ Lee versus Jade Cargill. That would be mismatched, but still, I would love to see that. Or I'd rather see AJ Lee versus EO or AJ Lee versus Mommy Rhea Ripley. But I don't know, maybe, AJ looks in great shape for a girl that's like 30-some-odd years old. I mean, we did see her in the ring on Heels Season 1 or 2, whatever season was. She looked great in the ring. She didn't lose a step. So maybe, we see AJ Lee light it up. Skip me down to the ring. My name is AJ Lee with my Chuck Taylor on. And, oh, by the way, that ass! Just saying. But we move on with that. But if AJ Lee appears tomorrow, great. But most likely she'll be backstage or in the crowd somewhere. Maybe in the skybox. I mean, they're all from Nashville, Tennessee. Yep! But we shall see. But like I said, tomorrow night, probably one of the most anticipated Raws of 2023. And we shall see what happens tomorrow, as we are now on the road, pretty much with the main roster, on the road to the Royal Rumble. I mean, we do have a pit stop for NXT at Deadline, which is next Saturday, actually a week from this Saturday. So, gotta get through that. And then, pretty much, AEW has Winter is Coming December the 13th. And then, World's End December the 30th. And also, we got Ring of Honor Final Battle, December the 15th, which is 2 weeks away, 2 weeks from Friday, in Garland, Texas, which was in New York. Tony. And it is pretty much what it is. And I heard a little from a little birdie told me that Tony Khan, man, has another announcement to make. Ugh. What could this be? Tony Khan really should go on Dynamite and say, you know what, Hunter? I concede. Checkmate. Because that's what Hunter did last night. Checkmate. King him. He pretty much is the King of Kings. I mean, he was like, what's my next move? Oh, let's get CM Punk. King me. Checkmate. Game over. Done. Get out of here. Go smoke some more coke. Get out of here. You know, Tony, that's what probably Tony Khan, he probably did a line, freaking had a heart attack, came back to life, and they're like, oh shit, what am I gonna do now? I don't even think Tony Khan can do anything right now. You know, he can open his checkbook and try to save as much talent as he can. Because WWE's doing that with some of the talent that are pissed right now that CM Punk is now in the company, and they're like, oh, my spot's gone, Drew McIntyre. Even though Drew McIntyre is supposedly friends with Punk. But he left the building right before Punk came out. He was gone. He left the ring, left the arena, he was pissed. People say he was injured. He was grabbing his eye, I think. Or maybe he went to the hospital. I don't know what happened. But Drew's contract is coming up, I think in February or March. And, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Drew McIntyre. He might just say, fuck this. You know, Punk's here, fuck that, I'm out of here. Goes to Tony Khan, who could use a guy like Drew Galloway, and a guy named AJ Styles. That'd be a steal. Hey, AJ's not doing anything right now. He's hurt. Don't know when he's coming back. Pretty much the OC is dead. Gallows is hurt. Anderson's hurt. Mia Yim basically doing nothing in catering. And playing Twitch. And playing with Keith Lee. But, you know, the OC is basically done. So, pretty much AJ, whose contract is coming up too, I mean, Tony Khan can just swoop in and say, hey, AJ, you want to come in? You want to play with the Bucks? As you know, the Bucks got that stroke. Not that stroke, but, you know what I mean? The Bucks can whisper in his ear, come over, we form Bullet Club. How funny, how great would that be? AJ coming back with the Bucks and a heel Kenny? Going against Bullet Club Gold, Jay White and company. Going against the Elite Bullet Club. Or Bullet Club Elite with AJ at the helm. Or maybe Mike, well, it depends. AJ or Kenny at the helm. That would be freaking epic. Man, you might see AJ at Double or Nothing. Maybe, I doubt it, but just hypothetically saying. But AJ's contract's coming up. I don't know if they're going to re-sign him, but Hunter's going to throw his checkbook at him. Say, don't go. And AJ's like, well, you're going to give me something here? I'm basically doing nothing on SmackDown. It was supposed to be a contender for Roman, but we all know Roman's going to kick his ass. And basically, Gallows and Anderson are like in obscurity. They're pretty much in catering right now, next to Mia Yim. Mia Yim hasn't been seen pretty much in a match in a long time. Like I said, Gallows and Anderson are hurt. So what's the use of the OC? Big fucking whoop, get him out. Release him. What are you going to do with AJ, really? If you bring him back, what are you going to do with him? Yeah, maybe he goes against Roman. Maybe that's the plan for Royal Rumble, but we know AJ gonna beat Roman. You know, if AJ was in the Elimination Chamber match, you actually think he's gonna win? No. Does he go after the U.S. title? Not that he needs that belt. And pretty much Gallows and Anderson have been garbage for the last year or so. Mia Yim just there. But yeah, I really think AJ should just forget it. It's like, you know what, I'm not gonna renew my contract. You know, I might retire. He's 40 years old, I think. Somewhere around I think it's around 40. Somewhere around there. You know, maybe he wants to be home with his wife and kids in Georgia. You don't need to go to Japan or back to Japan. You don't really need to go to AEW. It'd be nice Tony Khan can get him. That'd be great. He goes with the Bucks, like I said. You know, maybe we could get a, Jay White versus AJ Styles match. That would be freaking epic. You know, and then AJ will bring back his theme. That epic New Japan theme he has. I mean, I like, they don't want none. They don't want none. You know, but I'm old school, and old school is cool. Just remember that. Old school is cool. I love this TNA team. Get ready to fly! I am. You know, TNA team was epic, too. The first one. I mean, the one before he left was good, too. It was the same theme. A little bit updated, but still. Then he goes to Japan. Freaking epic theme, which sounded like something from Angel, the TV show Angel. Because it basically had that song, but it was just with rap music added in, which wasn't bad. And then when he came to Ring of Honor, because it was, I met him at War. Where did I meet him at? I did meet AJ. I forgot what freaking. I was at the. No, it was at his. Was that his last match in Ring of Honor? His last match or Samoa Joe's last match? I think in Ring of Honor, the 200. I think it was the 200 show for Ring of Honor TV. But yeah, I met Samoa Joe. I met AJ. Same fucking place. You know, to suit me, AJ. AJ Styles, by the way. I love AJ, man. But AJ, you really want, to kind of finish your career? I would really go to AEW, finish my career. Maybe one last run with the Bucks and Kenny. Maybe the Hangman. I don't know. Maybe, but I would think AJ should go out in style. Not the Bang Bang Gang, the Bullet Club Gang that used to do like that, But man, I would love to see AJ and the Bucks and possibly Kenny, maybe Hangman Adam Page, the Bullet Club Elite, BC Elite go up against BC Gold with Jay White and company. That would be freaking epic. I would love to see that. Will we get it? Probably not. But you never know in the world of professional wrestling, the sport of professional wrestling. It's not a sport, it's entertainment. No, wrestling is a sport. And I prove that with receipts. You don't believe me? Go watch. Oh, you can't watch it, really. I mean, you still could. Go to the original Gilmore Chronicles, TGC Reborn. Look up, I think it's episode 193. I think it's 193, but I think it's still on YouTube right now. Because my channel is still there until further notice, because I still can't get into the account. Which sucks, that's why I have the backup channel. For now, I just can't get into it. I wish I could, but I can't. And how fitting, I ended that first season on episode 69. But, now, I have 13 episodes of The Shadows Layer 2.0. But yeah, you can watch that one, episode 193 of the Shadows Lair 1.0, Shadows Lair Season 1, episode 190, I think it's around 193, not 195, right before 200, I know that. But I do have a video called, Is Wrestling a Sport? And me and the missus provide receipts. So, watch it if you don't believe me that wrestling is a sport. I mean, everybody else says it's a sport. They don't say sports entertainment no more. Have you heard anybody on a promo? Walter even said it's a sport. You're gonna go against Walter? Think you might want to have life insurance. You go against Walter if you want to say that. But I digress. But wrestling is in fact a sport. That's that. Alright, so we move on with all that. Alright, so let's get into the Survivor Series from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. And our commentary team of Mitchell Cole and Corey Slave. Corey Graves. That's pretty much it. Alright. Alright, so last night, like I said, amazing pay-per-view, but great pay-per-view. Probably gonna be one of the most talked about Survivor Series in the next 5, 10, 15 years. Was of a guy named Phil. But a certain other guy he didn't debut, but he came back, and that's Randy Orton and his bloodless voice! He came back, and we'll get to that RK Gilmore Carter in a minute. But let's get into the beginning of the show. Let's not waste any more time. Alright, so we start off the show with a video about War Games. If I can get... Alright, let me get my notes here. Okay, we're good. Alright, so we got a video looking at War Games, talking about how important it is. We get the rundown of War Games. Like, we didn't know what the rules are. Not traditional War Games from WCW NWA times with Dusty Rhodes, baby. Jamaican Dream, baby. I love my bacon, baby. My son, Cody, he sucks. Wilbur's better. He is. But I digress. Alright, so we get a rundown of War Games and the men's and women's matches. So speaking of the War Games matches, we start off the pay-per-view with the women's War Games match. We have Team Damage Control of Bayley, give me a hug, and pretty much the Black Lotus triad of my 3 hot Asian wives, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Suck my dick. We have the beautiful Kairi Sane, the sexy pirate princess herself, and the SmackDown Women's Champion and my 3rd wife, Io Sky, along with that hot Australian chick, Dakota Kai. Anyway, they take on Team Bianca, Team Becky, you know. But anyway, we have Charlotte Flair, Horseface Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, she's Bianca Belair, she plays with her hair, that's actually her hair. She's Bianca Belair. And also we have the crazy woman, Shotzi Blackheart, and the man, Becky Lynch. So we got that. This match, fabulous match. Great way to open a show. These ladies put it all on the line. And I hate to say it, I agree with Issa because she was at the media scrum, the press conference. And she said it to Charlotte and Becky with that question. It was great, by the way. She even said it herself, and I agreed. I don't agree with, Issa. I agree with my own opinion. Just my opinion matters more. But I digress. Anyway, but this was match of the night. Match of the night. Like I said, these women put it all on the line. Poor Bayley. Ugh. Oh, I'm really nervous for Bayley on Friday night because, she was basically the MVP for her team. and took basically everything, saved the match a bunch of times. But I'll get into the end in a minute, and what might happen to her on SmackDown, which I think we all know is going to happen. Spanish Archer. We move on. Alright, so it's also with Becky and Bayley in the ring, because they're the first participants. So Becky knocks Bayley off the top, because she was trying to escape. And if you escape, you forfeit the match, which I didn't even know. I mean, it's new rule, not kind of new rules, but not traditional rules, like I said. And, in a traditional War Games match, there's a roof on the top. You can't get in or get out, unless you cut a hole through the fucking cage. I mean, or unless you're Medusa, Medusa climb up the cage and throw a weapon down or something like that. Remember that one when she was on the top of the cage? I think it was like Jay. I was like, what is she doing up there? I don't even remember what year that was. I think it was, I think she was with Flair's team, I think. I think it was Flair's team against Sting's team, I forget. But yeah, freaking Medusa's climbing up the cage. She's on top of the cage. I thought she was gonna fall through the cage or something like that. But then she, drops a weapon into the cage, and I think Flair used it or backfired, I forget. I think it was 87 or 88, That'd be, near 90, somewhere around there. But, WWE is non-traditional War Games. I mean, still 2 rings. 2 rings surrounded by a cage without a top. What, too cheap to get a top? Come on now. Anyway, so Bayley tries to escape, and Becky pulls her off, and knocks her into the cage a few times, and no blood. Or, technically, we kind of did get blood. People saying, oh, Becky got busted wide open. No, she didn't. Shotzi got busted wide open. No, she did not. I mean, I didn't see the referee with a glove on or anything like that. But anyway. So after that, they go in between the rings, in the middle of that double ring, which is the hardest part of that whole thing. They fight over a suplex until Bayley drops Becky on the steel in the middle of that double ring. Ow! And then Becky's sent into the cage a few times, and then Shotzi comes in after a 5-minute break. So we'll get a 2-on-1. I didn't even know that Team Bianca got the advantage, because didn't Bayley, Damage Control win on SmackDown? I thought that was the advantage match. Unless that wasn't the advantage match, and then they flipped the coin backstage, like they used to do. Or right before the match. They usually used to do that, back in WCW. But anyway, so Shotzi comes in, gives the team an advantage, brings in a whole bunch of chairs and a trash can, and then Shotzi launches herself at Bayley a few times, but Bayley cuts that off, and then Becky gets up with some hard kendo stick shots, and then Bayley tries to climb the cage to get out of the cage again, but didn't really get that far. And then Io comes in to even the odds, throws Shotzi down with a chain, ow, and then a double superplex, drops Becky and Shotzi, and then Bianca Belair comes in to even things up. She has 2 of her braids, starts whipping everybody with those mean fucking whip-like braids of hers. You get a whip, you get a whip. You get a whip, you get a whip. We're whipping. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Okay. Anyway. So Bianca's going nuts in the corner, sends Io into the trash can. Ow! And then a double suplex, drops the heel team, and then Kairi Sane doesn't come down to the ring. She skippy down to the ring like she's in a marching band. I'm like, what are you doing, Kairi? Kairi's trying to do her best AJ Lee impression. Skippy down to the ring like AJ Lee. Okay, Kairi. I mean, you still look good doing it. Nothing bad about that. So Kairi grabs a trash can lid, because the fans were chanting, "Table! Table!" And Kairi's like, "No, no, no, you get no table! Me bringing trash can! Ha!" And then Black, by the way, Black, keyword, Black, kendo sticks. I wonder why, Triad. But anyway, she comes in, cleans house. Shotzi is buried underneath a whole bunch of chairs. Then we get a pop-up elbow. Then Kairi crashes onto the entire pile. Yeesh. Then Bianca comes back with a gorilla press toss on Kairi into the other ring. And then Horseface Charlotte Flair comes in to kind of even the odds, but gets quickly powerbombed into the cage. Ow. And well, that doesn't last long. Charlotte comes back, hits a double natural selection off the top rope. Nice. And then Charlotte and Becky have a little bit of a face-off. Uh-oh. Damn Control rams them into each other. And then Io goes up to the top of the cage, and you know, she's crazy. 5 years in a row she's done this. But, I mean, the last couple years, she's hit the moonsault off the top of the cage on everybody. But the last, I think, 2 or 3, well, I think the last year she did it. I don't know the year before that she did it. But this year, she takes the trash can, which I don't know how she got the trash can up the cage, I guess with Dakota Kai's help. She takes the trash can and goes, "Ha! Me crazy!" Puts the trash can over her head. Whee! Moonsault off the top of the cage onto everybody. Everybody, I mean, the fans are going nuts. I was like, God damn. Crazy spot. And then the lovely Asuka comes out to finish the squad. And completes her team. Throws in a bunch of black kendo sticks. Gets in. Now we bring in the table. And a fire extinguisher. So the match beyond officially begins. Damn Control stands up with the sticks and just basically stands there for a while as everybody's down like, "Hey, what are we gonna do? How about get the pin?" Anyway, so Becky and Bianca are tied together with a chain, and then we get a 4-way drop kick. Nice. Shotzi gets up and in between the rings. And Asuka's there. She sprays Shotzi in the face with look like the blue mist, but it looked like black mist. Black. So she's and then Asuka drop kicks a trash can with Becky in the trash can. Crazy. Then the table is set up, but we get a delay. I don't know what delay that was, but which allows Damage Control to get powerbombed out of the corner. Ow. Charlotte goes to the top of the cage for a moonsault onto basically everyone. And then every woman is down, and then Becky and Charlotte get up, they start beating the fuck out of each other, then they start staring at each other again. I'm like, uh-oh. Can they coexist again? We didn't see it on SmackDown, but can we do it again? So, take 2. It works, and Becky's like, let's do it. You know, Pinky, let's do it. Hugs! They hug. I'm like, nothing ever happened. So, we got stereo submissions. I forget I think it was on Io. Oh, yeah, one was on Io, the figure 8. And then Kairi goes up top for the insane elbow, but Becky got the knees up and then locked her in the disarmer. I was like, uh-oh. But thankfully, Bayley ran over the referee to get the break up the submission, because you have to win by pinfall submission in the cage. Kairi and Becky then slug it out. Bayley is over with the Rose Plant on Becky, knocks her down, and then Bianca grabs the fire extinguisher as Asuka tried to blow red mist in the. I'm like, how do you get the red mist in there? But anyway. She tries to blow the red mist at Bianca, but missed, and she gets fire extinguisher right in her face, blinding her a little bit. Then a whole parade of shots to the face, basically. Everybody's down. And then Becky saves Kairi from a spear, by Charlotte, which sets up a top rope backsplash by Shotzi, then the KOD by Bianca, and then a super manhandle slam through the table by Becky. 1, 2, 3. Finally, this match ends in over 33 and a half minutes, but this was violent. Not that too violent, but still. A great match all around, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was probably one of the best women's, well, I mean, the last few War Games matches for the women have been pretty damn good. This one, I think, is pretty much up there too. So, very good match, 4 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, Bianca Scene goes up to the top of the cage, and they're celebrating. The fans are loving it. I loved it. And if you didn't like it, well, I don't know what you were watching. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, then we go to the back where people are watching. So we have the Alpha Academy of Otis and Maxine Ju and Chad Gable. Oh, thank you. And Akira Tozawa. They're there. They're eating chips. And Ruffles chips, I might add. That's our sponsor. That was not our sponsor, my sponsor. Well, we all know what my sponsor is. The Men's Warehouse. Guys, you want to look good? You want to go on a hot date with a hot chick? Maybe you get laid? You want to look good? Because when you look good, you feel good. That's a commercial. But you want to look good for your lady, or just want to look good in general, or some of you need a makeover, then go to the Men's Warehouse. Tell them Peter Joseph sent you. Because when you go to the Men's Warehouse, I can't guarantee some of you will like the way you look, but for me and pretty much everybody else, when you go to the Men's Warehouse, get a good suit and tie, you get a good, good stuff basically. You're gonna like the way you look. I can and will guarantee that. But for some of you, no. No. Because you need a clean shave, you need a haircut, you need a fucking bath. What? I mean, I look good. I showered today. I always look good. I mean, I do got a shave too, but some girls like a man with a beard, and I can say that because I'm over 40. I'm a man. Got a beard. Women like men with beards. They like how it feels, Kind of gets a little weird when it tickles. Huh. You sure that's my beard or my tongue? I don't know, but keep going. Okay. But I digress. But if you want to keep your beard a long beard, but don't look like a fucking hippie. Cut your hair, shave your beard, look good. But like I said, some girls like men with beards. They like men with long hair. I don't discriminate. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing, man. I like girls with long hair. If they have short hair, I don't give a shit. My preference kind of is like women with long hair, so, I can grab something, when I'm laying down that pipe, I gotta grab something, but it is what it is. Some guys have their own preference, I got my own, and women have their own preference too, so. You can't like everything. But whatever you like, you do. That's it. Alright, so we see Alpha Academy, they're eating chips, and the Yes Boys! My good friends Kit Wilson and Elton Strong, they come in, and they kind of argue with Otis over basically what they call the chips. They're like, crispy, crunchy, crispy, crunchy, tastes great, less filling, tastes great, less filling. And then out of nowhere, the return of the year, R-Fool comes back, R-Truth. Jimmy! Little Jimmy! You know, R-Truth comes back, and we haven't seen him in like a year. And then, like, the Yes Boys, like pulling back on the chips, and then the chips fall over the place. Freaking R-Truth picks it up, starts eating. I'm like, okay. And then they argue, like, and then I think it was like Kit Wilson was like, "How long you been here? Where were you? I've been here the whole time, dog." Okay. And then they start arguing, and Akira Tozawa comes in, and then Truth's like, "Tozawa, do the thing!" And Tozawa's like, "Dunsey, Dunsey, Dunsey!" And then that's the segment. I'm like, what the hell is this? All this to freaking promote Ruffles potato chips? I mean, we do see Chelsea Green and Piper there. Why? I don't know. I mean, they are defending the women's tag team belts tomorrow night against Rainbow Bright, Tegan Knox and Natalya. Gonna win? Who cares? Who cares? But I will say this. Asuka and Kairi are gonna win those belts probably by WrestleMania. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But, yeah, that segment was kind of funny-ish. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. But still, you know, R-Truth is back. Now what's going to happen? There's going to be more crazy segments now. I guess he's now part of Alpha Academy. God forbid, I mean, but you never know. I mean, if Tozawa can be in Alpha Academy, R-Truth can be too. Why not? Well, you know, the 24/7, 7-Eleven, $9.95 European Hardcore Champion, whatever he calls that stupid 24/7 belt. God forbid they bring that back. I hope not. Because the last time we saw that, Nikki Cross threw it in the garbage, where it belongs. God forbid Hunter brings that fucking shit back. But, you know, it's Hunter, so... Don't, for the love of God, Hunter, do not bring that belt back. For the love of all that is holy. You want to bring a belt back? How about the Cruiserweight title? Just saying. Just saying. Got a whole bunch of Cruiserweights down in NXT. Why don't you bring back the Cruiserweight Classic? Why not? Why not? Let's have another tournament. Why not? We got the G1, basically, in AEW. I mean, Hunter was asked about that, actually. It's like, oh, well, you want to do another tournament, something like the G1? Yeah, imagine Hunter has a tournament like the Continental Classic. Which is basically the American version of the G1, but a little bit shorter. But you think Hunter would do something like that? Probably would. Call it a weird name. I mean, the Mae Young Classic was a women's... it wasn't a round-robin tournament, it was just a tournament. Then you had the Continental Classic, which almost kind of resembled the G1. I don't think it was a round-robin tournament, but still, it was a good tournament. But, I mean, I'll tell you this, the Continental Classic right now has been pretty damn good. Some good matches. Especially Collision. Speaking of Collision, I would do that tomorrow night. Actually, tonight. Tomorrow night. I'll do that later tonight. Your AEW, Rampage, and Collision review. Coming up later tonight. But that's going to be good stuff. I mean, this Wednesday night we got Swerve versus Jay White in the Gold League. And then we got Mark Briscoe and whoosh! Then we had Eddie Kingston and Brody King beat the fuck out of each other, and Brody King won. Wasn't he supposed to get the belts? Because didn't Eddie say he put up the Ring of Honor and the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, and if he lost, I think he said if they lost one match, they get the belt, but I guess it's cumulative now, so I guess the winner gets 3 belts. Which kind of makes no sense, but, I mean, still. I don't know how that's supposed to work with Eddie Kingston's belts. Somebody knows, let me know. Pretty much it. Alright, so R-Truth is back. So let the fun begin again. My bad. Jimmy! I hate spiders! You know. We'll probably see a lot of segments with R-Truth and Tozawa. It's probably tomorrow. It's gonna be funny, you know. Jack Farmer's gonna be happy because, you know, his boy, Akira Tozawa's on TV. Jack! But we move on. Alright, then we go to another segment with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Kind of nervous. Because Sami tells Jey, I haven't seen Randy come in. I haven't heard from him. I don't know where he is. And then, you know, Jay's kind of nervous that he's got to be here. I don't know what's going to happen. What is going on here? So Sami's like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We've been through this before. We teamed up last year at the Survivor Series. Remember that? So let's fight. Let's go in there and fight together and win this goddamn thing. Okay, Oos. Weird handshake. That's it. We'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, so you get that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a recap for the Intercontinental title with Walter at 530... What was it? 533? 534, somewhere around there? But still your undefeated, defending... almost said Universal. Woohoo! Reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion. He takes on The Miz. In a match that really, you know, you thought The Miz was gonna get his clock cleaned. But anyway, almost a 12.5-minute match. But Miz, woo, he came this close to beating Walter. But, banger. This match was a banger. Starts out with Miz kicking away at the leg of the big tree trunk Walter. Ducks that mean old chop in the corner. And then he starts chopping down this big redwood tree named Walter. And Walter goes back with a shot to face. Because Miz is getting on his nerves. Like, alright, that's it. Beat him up. Then he tries to chase the Miz. But Miz grabs the leg, grabs around the ring post. Smart. Knocks the figure 4 around the ring post, circa Bret Hart. Walter's in even more trouble and can barely even stand at times. But he boots a diving Miz out of mid-air. Ow. And then Walter gets in his own shots in the corner. German suplex has Miz like, oh my god! You know, his eyes are coming out of his head. Then another big boot has Miz in more trouble, but he reverses a powerbomb into a Hurricane Rana. And then Miz starts striking away at Walter, goes back to the leg. Smart. And continues to work on the leg. Sets up the... Yes! Kicks to the chest. Tornado DDT for a near fall. Get back up. Gunther hits a powerbomb for a near fall. As everybody's like, what? He kicked out of the powerbomb! Back out! You know? Everybody's like, kind of freaked out about it. Walter then just, like, smacks him around. Oh, you're nothing. You know, paint brushing him Scott Hall style. Big ups to Scott Hall. The great man that he is. And then Miz grabs a 1921 sleeper. Actually, Walter grabs that. Miz tries to do a Roddy Piper WrestleMania 8 pin, but Walter kicks out, the turnbuckle pad rips off, and referee has to make some repairs. Miz kicks Walter in the balls, nuts shot, goes for the Skull Crusher finale, he hits it, gets a near fall, but then he gets caught in the sleeper again. Gunther is then driven into the exposed corner, but keeps the sleeper on. Miz then flips backwards again, WrestleMania 8 pin for a near fall. And then Walter blasts the Miz with a big time clothesline. Goes up top, kind of hits a frog top rope splash, didn't get all of it. on Miz's back. Then he locks in a high-angle Boston Crab in Chicago. And Miz had no other choice but to tap out. Under 12.5-minute match, but this match was pretty damn good. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Still, your reigning, defending Intercontinental Champion at 500 and getting close to 535, 536 days. Walter, still your champion. He cannot be stopped right now. And everybody's like, who's going to beat him? Don't know. I think he's going to win the Rumble. Now it's... Does he win? Now that Punk is probably going to have his first match at the Rumble, probably in the Rumble match. So it's going to be Punk or Walter, or maybe Randy Orton might win the Rumble. One of those three guys is going to win. I really do see Punk and Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania 40 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Punk wins, and then guess what? He gets the belt. Remember when he won the belt I think the second time? When he came back from the injury, beat Moxley. And what happens? Started acting like an egomaniac again. Defends the fake AEW belt, I call it the X belt, against Samoa Joe at All In. And then that belt went nowhere because that belt is now disintegrated. That's not even a belt no more. Punk got fired. That belt goes nowhere. That was just a makeshift belt for Punk. Because he called himself the real World Champion. Imagine he brings that belt on Raw tomorrow. What's in the bag? You know, he's going to do something weird tomorrow. He's going to drop a mega pipe bomb tomorrow. So... set your DVR accordingly, because he is going to go off on Tony Khan and AEW, most likely. I'm just going to let him do it. He don't give a shit. But it's like, I work for a guy in a company that was run by fucking people that can't run a Target. You know, acting like babies. He'll probably say something about Tony Khan. He will. I mean, if he goes, he's gonna go off on him. Holy shit. He's like, yeah, the owner smokes more fucking cocaine than Booker T smokes weed. You know, he's gotta say something like that. But, I mean, come on. But you know how Tony loves that coke. Not the drink, but he knows the... He does more fucking cocaine than Tony Montana. What do you think he doesn't blink? When he's at the media scrum, he has like 6,000 freaking bottles of I don't know, it's sparkling water. He has his freaking coffee, which is probably laced with fucking cocaine in it. You know, has to get that sugar rush. And then he has like sparkling water, or God forbid they have remember when Punk had that epic scrum he had? They had like bottles of lemon lime soda or something like that, and freaking Tony Khan's like downing them all. Like, bleh, bleh, bleh. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Punk's having like 3 of them, and he's having Mindy's Bakery muffins. Boys, Mindy's probably had a lot of fucking sales yesterday. And probably today, too. Everybody's going to Mindy. I was in Chicago yesterday, getting Mindy's muffins and whatever they sell there. And Punk was not there, as far as I know. But if you're ever in Chicago, go to Mindy's. Okay. Go get a muffin. Why not? It is what it is. But anyway, we move on. So where was I at? I forgot. Where was I? See how I go off on tangents and I forget where the fuck I am half the time? But you still watch. But I digress. Alright, so anyway, let's get back to the Survivor Series. Alright, so Walter beats The Miz. And, yeah. I don't see anybody beating Walter right now. I don't. I think Walter could win the Rumble, face Seth Rollins for the world title, beat him, and then lose the Intercontinental title. But who does he lose it to? Punk? Not that Punk needs the Intercontinental title. But, I mean, that could be a possibility, but I don't see it happening. But really, who does Walter lose to? Because Walter is basically doing what Roman's doing right now with the Undisputed title. But Roman's held it like a year and a half longer than Walter's held that belt. Which Walter's getting close to, if it goes another 100 and change days, which is about 3 more months, if he goes to WrestleMania, he's going to hit 2 years about. But, does he do it? Maybe. Does he go over 2 years? Maybe. But like I said, who does he lose to? Who would you have him lose to? Ciampa? We've done that before, right? I'm thinking it's gonna be somebody from it has to be somebody from NXT. You think it's gonna be Marcel Barthel or Fabian Aichner when they kind of teasing the breakup of Imperium? You think Ludwig Kaiser is gonna be the one to beat Walter? Really? Oh, sorry, Ludwig Kaiser. I like how Samantha Irvin does that. Ludwig Kaiser, Chelsea Green. The Skeleton! Oh, sorry. But we move on. Alright, so the match I gave with Walter and The Miz, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. That's it. Pretty good match. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, then we go in the back with the Judgment Day. They're all excited because Randy isn't in the building yet. And then I think Priest says, even if he shows up, we always, we got a good chance of winning because he's going to turn on everybody. Especially a certain guy named Jey Uso. So we'll see. So Judgment Day is all happy for now. And that's pretty much it. Alright, then we get a recap of the Santos Escobar Dragon Lee feud that kind of happened from SmackDown Friday night where Carlito got injured by Santos and then Dragon Lee got his revenge and he asked Nick Aldis for the match. Nick Aldis like, okay, you want it? You got it. Go out there. That's it. Alright, so match number 3 on your scorecard. Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. This was a pretty good match. Nice lucha libre to the mundo. Get his own excelente. Rey Mysterio. Osito. El Dolito Lese. Lucha libre. Ay, ay, ay. You gotta love it. Anyway, so like I said, this match was pretty damn good. This whole pay-per-view, the matches were pretty damn good. There was no real letdown match. There was only 5 matches, but still. I think the only letdown match was the women's world title match with Mommy Rhea Ripley and Zoe Stark. I think that was a little bit of the cool-down match. Not the great match of the night, but, we get that. Alright, so pretty much back and forth match. Escobar starts off fast and furious, sets up a tilt-a-roll backbreaker, ow, on Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee then gets tied in the tree of, whoa! Then from some stomping goes on. Then we get a running drop kick for a near fall by Mr. Santos Escobar. Dragon Lee avoids a knee crushed in the steps spot. That's how Ray got hurt. Snaps off a Hurricane Rana from the apron to the floor. Then a big running flippy dibbity-doo to the floor. Followed by a running knee to the head. Ow. Back inside. Then they go up top. Escobar snaps off a Super Hurricane Rana for a near fall. And then Santos tries to rip off the mask of Dragon Lee. And Michael was like, what is he doing? He's going crazy as usual. Dragon Lee, and then he gets sent to the apron. He manages to tie Santos in the tree of, whoa! Then a top rope double stomp a la a certain guy named Alberto Del Rio. But then he walks right into a super kick by Santos. Then he slug it out in the middle of the ring. Gradually then uses his Latino strength, I guess, I don't know. Uses his strength to pick up Santos in a sit-out powerbomb for another near fall, not his finisher. To get back up, Santos snaps off a Mexican destroyer, then follows it up with the Phantom Driver. 1, 2, 3, Santos Escobar picks up the win in a little over 8 minutes. Match was pretty good, and they gave it 3 out of 5 stars. That's pretty much it. So, Santos gets the win, and we'll see what happens on Friday with him and the rest of the LWO. That's that. Alright, then we see a car coming into the dreaded parking lot. Or the arena, well, the parking lot, basically. And it's a Slim Jim car. And I'm like, well, it's not Randy coming in a Slim Jim car. But we see the new day of Kofi Kingston! And Xavier Woods, who went down to see a certain guy named Dr. Andrews in Birmingham, Alabama. Yep. Not like Greensboro, Alabama. But pretty close. So, I think he went for a checkup. I don't know why he went there. They never said why he went there, but he went there. So we got that. So they come in and then basically promoting Slim Jim. And then Cody at the media scrum is like trying to open a Slim Jim. He can't even open a goddamn Slim Jim. Then he like takes one. Oh, these are good. Slap it to it, Cody. Come on. Can't even open a freaking Slim Jim wrapper? What is wrong with you, Cody? Adrenaline in my soul. Cody Rhodes can't open a wrapper. No! Okay. Cody! Can't open a Slim Jim wrapper, Cody! You bitch. Fuck you, Cody. Anyway, we move on. Alright, so we got the New Day coming in. They got that tag team turmoil match this tomorrow night for a shot at the undisputed tag team champions. That's Judgment Day. The law firm of Finn and Priest. So we'll see what happens with that tomorrow night. And that's pretty much it. Oh, we also got Bronson Reed and Ivar in a big beefy man slapping meat match. So Raw looks pretty damn good with Randy on the show, Punk on the show. This might be Raw's highest rated show this whole year. They've been at 1.3. I think we saw a 1.2 at one point. This might get around the 2 million. I'll be shocked that they do 2.1 and plus tomorrow. But with Punk on the show, those ratings are gonna go. They might, well, maybe. I don't think they're gonna go way up. But, I mean, if Punk's on SmackDown, that rating's gonna go way up, too, because Fox. And it's back on Fox this Friday night, so those ratings will go way up if he's on SmackDown Friday. But we'll see. I think he's still gonna be on, well, I don't know. He might be just, goes on both shows, who knows? But I think he's gonna stay on the main roster. Well, definitely on the main roster. He's gonna stay on the Raw roster. And I think that feud, that is a work, whatever it is, with him and Seth freaking Rollins. People think it's a work, people think it's real life shit, which they're gonna actually make into a storyline, which Hunter said, Hunter and maybe other people like Schmuck JD, and other people have said that they're gonna use this heat that Punk and Seth Rollins has, they're gonna make it to a storyline, and it's probably gonna go either to the Royal Rumble or to Survivor. Oh, that's fine. Sorry, WrestleMania. I forget my pay-per-views, but we got all that. So we'll see what happens with that. But Raw's gonna be freaking epic tomorrow night. So you might set your DVR accordingly. It's gonna be fucking epic tomorrow. And don't forget, Raw review tomorrow. Tomorrow night, your Monday Night Raw review. We're gonna talk all about it. And that's that. Alright, then we get a video for match number 4 for the Raw Women's Championship. Mommy Rhea Ripley, who looked like the Joker. Because her hair was all like a mohawk almost, but looked very freaking nice. Her gear was nice. She had her lipstick, basically her goth lipstick, all smeared, almost like a smile like the Joker had. Very nice. Very nice, Mommy. Very nice. She takes on Zoe Stark, who had her own face paint. You know, kind of looked like the American Wolves with the wolf face paint on. You know, same thing for the Mexican Wolves. Roberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. They got a tag team title match against my cousin Tony D and Stacks for the NXT tag team belts on NXT this Tuesday. That should be good. So, good stuff this week from basically AEW, NXT, and Raw and SmackDown this week. Gonna be good shit this week. So stay tuned. We got all that. Alright, so Rhea Ripley and Zoe Stark. Not a great match, per se, but still decent. 9-minute match to cool off from the last match with Santos and Dragon Lee. Excuse me. So, they slug it out on the mat to start. Zoe knocks Mommy outside, hits a flippy dibbity-doo. Then a springboard missile dropkick for a near fall inside the ring. Mommy drops Zoe, and then they head to the apron. Well, that kind of works a little bit better for Zoe, who hits a DDT and a springboard corkscrew plancha for a near fall. Nice. So Mommy gets all pissed, sends Zoe into the ring post. Ow! Goes back inside with some headbutts. Then a double arm crank. And then some stomps have Zoe in trouble. She fights back up. A kick to face. Gives Zoe a near fall. Mommy comes right back with an even harder kick. Woo. Goes for Riptide. Zoe escapes and gets a sliding kick to face for a near fall. Mommy's kind of like, on Dream Street a little bit. So Zoe tries for the Z360. It gets cut off. And then Mommy with a big time headbutt again. Knock Zoe for a loop. Then Mommy picks her up. Riptide. 1, 2, 3. Still your reigning, defending, undefeated Raw Women's Champion Mommy Rhea Ripley does it again. 9-minute match. Decent match. I give it 3 out of 5 stars. And, well, Mommy continues on as champion. So who does she lose to? Probably Jade Cargill. That's probably what's going to happen next. But we'll see. She might have a segment tomorrow with her possible next opponent, whoever that is. I mean, there's so many women on the Raw roster. Mommy's beaten basically every one of them. I mean, who's next? Really, who would be next? Piper? Nevin? No. Zelina Vega? No, she's on SmackDown. Chelsea Green? No, so Mommy would beat her in like a minute. Natalya? Can we see that before? Tegan Nox? No. Xia Li? No. Becky? Bianca? We've seen that, kind of seen that before, I think. Well, I don't think we've seen Bianca and... No, maybe Bianca might go for that belt. But we'll see. We shall see. Because really, Asuka, Io, and Kairi are on SmackDown. So I would think the next logical choice for Mommy to go to fight next is probably Bianca. Maybe Charlotte. I don't know. I really don't care. At this point. But I do see Jade probably being the one to beat Mommy at WrestleMania. Because she, like Punk, she will debut in the Royal Rumble match. Punk will be in the Royal Rumble match. He's been there before. He hasn't won it yet. But Never say never. I think he will win the Rumble, face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania Night 1 main event. So finally, Punk gets his main event that he always wanted at WrestleMania. He'll beat Seth Rollins, get the title, hold it for who knows how long, but, but God forbid he has a media scrum and he goes off. And Hunter's like, we're not going to do that. Get out of here. Fuck off. I don't see this lasting at least 6 months. 6 months, possibly a year. We'll see have CM Punk in WWE. But it could be shorter if Punk, his ego, which is bigger than freaking Triple H's nose. It is. It's huge. Punk's ego. Not Hunter's proboscis, you know what I mean? What are you talking about, my proboscis nose? Sorry, Hunter. Take it easy. Stop talking about my nose! I know it's big! Well, yeah. I know your nose is big, Hunter. Well, I got something else big, too. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. Stephanie already knows. Right, Steph? Hi, Steph. Get away from my wife! Okay, sorry. Calm down, Hunter. Calm down. Yeah, not all clips are going to be made of that, too. Can't take satire, right? You can't take satire and sarcasm. You have to spin everything I say. You make your own garbage video. It gets like barely 50 views in a week. That's sad. But you guys can't take satire and sarcasm. You have to you have to do videos spinning everything. Like, oh, Peter's gay, Peter's this and that. Something wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm being sarcastic and it's funny. If you can't do a better impression of me, then shut the fuck up. Do your own fucking impression. I dare you. You still won't be better than me doing that. Not like you're better than me in anything else, especially wrestling trivia. I might forget some things, so you might get me on some things, but not everything. And still, people want to freaking debate me and out-rant. They think they can out-rant me. They have a title, and it's not even a title. You can't just call yourself better than me, and you say you're the best ranter. When you're really not. Some of you, have 5 fucking subs. You're not better than me. You're not better out-ranting me. If I wanted to challenge JD, Joe Cronin, maybe even freaking Issa, or freaking, anybody else, like Jack, the Wrestling Inc. crew can probably out-rant me. Probably could. Like I said, they have their own opinion. I got mine, so we might we're not gonna bicker, but we'll see. It is what it is, but that's the only people I'm gonna debate. I know JD will probably beat me. I don't give a shit. At least I'll throw in some good punches. I might hang with him. Not like that. Well, not like that, but I'll hang with him. I think I can hang with a person like JD. Me and Joe? Probably the same. And pretty much any other top guy in this community. Or girl, too. There are some girls, Lauren Luigi, very good, she knows a thing or two. Me and fucking Grim, Dave. Me and Dave can go at it. Not in the ring and outside the ring. I did talk to Dave about a couple of things in private. We can agree to disagree. I don't hate the guy, per se. He is a clickbaiter. He does what he does, What am I gonna say? Am I gonna say, hey, Grim, you suck? Well, you kind of do, but, But, in a wrestling, opinion, not debate, per se, but me and Grim, I can probably hang with Grim. Grim, JD, probably some of the guys and Issa on Wrestling Inc. have our own opinions. We can go back and forth. But anybody else in this so-called community, I don't want to. I really don't want to because some of you are nobodies. I mean, I go head to head with Heel Steven or anybody really. That's good enough and worthy enough. But some of you are not even worthy of it. You're not. That's all you gotta say. He's a pedophile. This, this and that. Stupid, boring fucking opinions. I'm like, what are you talking about? And I can probably counter it easily. And even if it's not even wrestling related, I still win. Because all it is going to be name calling and probably gang warfare. I don't have to deal with that. It's not going to be one-on-one, and you're not going to act like a normal adult, then I have no time for that shit. But pretty much I have no time at all for some of you mindless zombies that want to debate. I have no time for that because, like I said, you're going to act like an immature fucktard. I'm not. I'm just going to, like, listen and sit back and listen to, like, your womp for however long, and I'm like, oh, you're not going to say anything? I'm like, what am I supposed to say? You're acting like a complete immature asshole. It's like, talk to me like a goddamn human being, like a man. Some of you 20 to 30-year-old assholes that think you're a man, you're not. You do childish fucking bullshit. You know, act your fucking age, not your IQ. Okay? But if we're going to talk wrestling or music, then I would talk to actual people that are worthy of a possible debate in the wrestling realm or the music realm. But I probably would beat you in music. Most likely will in wrestling. I'll probably hang with you. You might win and you might, whatever and everything. Like, oh, you're going to, tweet about it or whatever. You're like, oh, I beat Peter in the debate. You think I give a shit? You think I would actually give a shit if freaking JD, like, slaughtered me? I wouldn't give a shit. At least I hung with the guy. Say they were Joe Cronin or anybody else in the wrestling community. An actual good person. Not some schmuck that has, like, 5 subs. I'm not gonna do that. You don't have an actual opinion, and I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. I don't care. But that's that. We move on. Alright, so Mommy Rhea Ripley wins with Riptide, still your women's champion, and a little over 9 minutes. Match was alright. Gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we got Seth freaking Rollins. Trying to be, the voice of reason, ensures that Randy will be in the match. Well, we haven't seen him yet. So, we move on. Alright, then we get a recap of the men's War Games match. So, we got all that. So, then we go to your main event of the evening. The men's War Games match. We have Team Cody Rhodes. Yeah, Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton. We didn't see him yet. Randy Orton. Sami Zayn. Jey Uso. And Seth freaking Rollins taking on the Judgment Day of Finn and Priest. Dominic Galero Esse, JD McStupido, and Drew McIntyre. So, this match was good. Not as great as the women's match. But, no Orton until the end. But, forget all that. I'm not going to go into all the match, because I don't really need to, but it is what it is. But, lots of, this match was, again, barbaric, violent at times. And then, Judgment Day, Judgment Day gets in, as, Dom is the last one in, which is surprising. I thought it was going to be at least on number 1, maybe in the middle, but Finn started it. JD McStupido, I think, was number 2, and then, Priest was number 4, Drew was number 3. But then they had a little issue. It was like Drew looked like he was gonna go out next, and then Priest's like, no, I'm gonna go out. Stick to the plan. So Drew's like, okay. That's probably why he was mad. If either that or it was Punk, I don't know. But in any case, Dom comes out last, and then him and Priest have another stare down in the middle of the ring, and I think it was the second ring. But then they team up, they hit stereo moonsaults, and then Poppy Priest takes Seth Rollins, picks him up in the laser, monkey called the laser's age, puts him through the table as the 3 minutes expired, and then we're like all waiting for Randy to come out, but then Mommy Rhea Ripley comes out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and she's about to, Jessica Card, the referee, comes out, and wants to have Poppy Priest cash in, because he, disintegrated freaking Seth Rollins to that table, so we could have got a cash in inside War Games, which would have been really exciting, but as they're about to do the cash-in, we get, I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they come to me, they were something. So we see Randy. So Randy comes out, Randy Orton, and his bloodless voice. So he comes out, the fans are going berserk. Now Randy comes out, looks in the camera like, goes to the ring, beats everybody the fuck up. The War Games has officially begun. So he comes in, cleans house. Him and Drew McIntyre have a stare down. Interesting. Fans are liking it. They're impressive. So then Orton and company, Orton's team, basically cleans house. And then we got the Hangman's DDT, the Demon DDT by Randy. And then everybody else is like, okay, let's do it together. And then we get a 5-man Hangman's DDT down to everybody. I was like, holy shit. And then Jey Uso and Randy have a stare down. And Randy's like, I remember what you did to me. And then I forget who was trying to come after him. I think it was Dom Dom trying to run at Randy, and then Jey Uso hits a super kick, knocks Dom Dom down, and then basically Cody's team beats up on basically everybody else, and then poor JD McStupido tries to run out of the cage, which, like I said, if you leave the cage, you forfeit the match. But Sammy and it was Sammy and Seth run up the cage, they catch him, and Randy's laying in wait, and he's just like, oh, okay, come on. So I'm like, we're gonna see a Gilmore Cutter from the top of the cage. I told you it was gonna happen. And then Sammy and Seth throw him, they launch him, and basically freaking JD McStupido's doing a swan dive. Next thing you know, boom! Gilmore Cutter! Bang! Not as great as me, but still. I knew it was coming. So, Gilmore Cutter from the top of the cage. Would have been better if it was through barbed wire, glass, fire, or off the top of a Hell in a Cell. See, Randy, you still are not better than me. I'm sorry. You're my boy and everything, but you're not better than me, and you still fear the Gilmore Cutter. You do. Everybody else in this fucking community does too. They do. They do, man. Why do you think I was a 15-time Extreme Champion? Because nobody, and I mean nobody, ever kicked out of the Gilmore Cutter. Nobody. And they still can't. In real life or in a video game. But I digress. Anyway. So we get the top of the cage RKO. And then Cody's like, yeah, that's right, Randy, yeah! And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna do my own cutter. So he hits the Cody cutter. Then he takes Priest and hits the Crossroads. 1, 2, 3, Team Cody wins. Obviously. So, I got all my predictions right. Gonna do my Ciampa impression. all my predictions came true. I think everybody else picked them too. They got the win. Blah, blah, blah. 34-minute match, under 34 and a half minutes. Match was still good. Gave it 3.25 out of 5 stars. And then that's it. And I'm like, come on, Randy. Come on, Randy. Come on. Hit Cody with the Gilmore cutter. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Do it. Do it. Or do it to Jey Uso. Do it. Do it. And then the freaking logo comes on. I thought the pay-per-view was going to end. And then they start pulling back. The logo was still there. I'm like, okay, we're going to fade to black. No. We hear, we hear Cult of Personality. And I'm like, no. No. Don't tease me, Hunter. Don't cock tease me, Hunter, please. But CM Punk's music hits, and there was, no mention from Michael Cole or Corey Graves. They kept the commentary silent because I thought it was like they were done. CM Punk then comes out, and just watch my video, my reaction to it. Punk comes to the entrance. He does the circle thing on the ground. And he looks at his watch. It's Climber time! And then he starts jumping in, hugging the fans, like, oh, this is my boy, you CM Punk, yeah! Goes to the other side, oh, CM Punk! The crowd's going completely berserk. And I'm seeing reactions on YouTube, everybody's going, oh my god, it's CM Punk! And I'm like, okay. Yeah, he came. Big whoop. Big fucking whoop. Punk's back. Big whoop. Do you think I care? Not so much. I don't care. I don't care that Punk is back in WWE. Because we're going to get something like we did in AEW. He's gonna use that massive ego is going to fuck up WWE. This is going to be like a 6-month to a year honeymoon. And now we're hearing stories like, oh, him and Hunter mended their horrible relationship. Big fucking whoop. But he has other people on that roster that don't give a fuck about him. Especially Seth freaking Rollins. I wonder how that conversation with Roman's gonna go. Because Roman fucking hates him. He hates him more than... actually, Seth hates him more than Roman does. And basically nobody wants Punk. Nobody even knew he was there. Except for Hunter and the merch people because they were selling new merchandise. Which is going flying out the door on WWEshop.com. Nobody knew. Creative didn't even know. The only people that knew was Hunter and pretty much TKO. No, the higher-ups knew. I don't even know. Nick Khan, I don't even know. Stephanie probably didn't even know either. Vince had nothing to do with it, liar. But yeah, now, Punk does the thing with Triple H. I mean, he wasn't even at the scrum. I wonder why. Because you knew something bad was going to happen. Like, I think Hunter's going to keep him away from media scrums because of what happened in AEW. Smart, but when he wins the belt, you know he has to do a scrum or two. So that's going to be something. Probably at the Rumble or probably at Mania. So get ready for that. Coming up in a few months. But I think this is just it's going to be a short-lived honeymoon. I don't think he's going to be there for at most a year, or maybe 2, maybe. But, he was in AEW for about, what, a year and a half, maybe almost 2 years? Per se, about a year and a half. I would say about a year and a half. Did some good things here and there. Rampage's highest rating in the first episode. First 2 episodes, actually. And then after that, Collision, best rating. After that, garbage ratings right now. I mean, Rampage did 233. I was close when I said 222. 233,000 views for Rampage. Collision got 294,000. And Tony Khan's company is in major trouble. And like I said before, Hunter called checkmate last night. The game is over. It's, no pun intended, the game is over. The war is done. Doesn't even matter what happens December the 29th when SmackDown goes head-to-head with Collision and Rampage. Nobody's gonna care. I mean, Punk's probably not gonna be on the show. He's mostly gonna be on Raw. Unless Raw next year, next October, when the new deal comes up, where do they go? Well, who knows? I mean, NXT will be on CW11, what day? Maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday. SmackDown might stay on Friday night, or go back to Thursday night. So really no competition next year, maybe, depending on where Raw goes. Raw could go to Wednesday nights. And really put Tony Khan in the hole. Not that he's there now. He's probably in a hole. Hiding and like, oh goddamn, Hunter just put checkmate on me. What am I gonna do? You know what you do, Tony Khan? Stop the fucking huge announcements. Sign Mercedes Moné. Maybe sign another big-time person, whoever that might be. Okada. Or maybe somebody from Japan. If Hunter gets Okada, you can say double checkmate on that. I mean, you can't even say game, set, match. I mean, Hunter already won that with fucking Punk. If Tony can counter it with AJ or possibly Okada, then kind of might be still, I think WWE still one up on AEW, but it'd pretty much be even. If, Tony can pry away AJ and he can sign Okada to like an AEW full-time deal like we did with Ibushi. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the war might be over for now, but like I said, if Tony Khan can get AJ and possibly Okada, I think, and full-time Okada, we'll see him like every Wednesday night or every Saturday, maybe Friday or Saturday, the war might be back on. But right now, Hunter hit checkmate. Hunter just said checkmate, Tony Khan. So beat that. I don't think Tony Khan has anything up his sleeve right now. Like I said, maybe Mercedes. Doubtful Mandy Rose if she wants to come back to wrestling again. But who's like a big name that Tony Khan could probably get besides Mercedes? Okada. And maybe if AJ or Drew McIntyre come over. I mean, AJ would be big. Drew, I don't know. I don't know about Drew. Might be, like this hell, but AJ, I think, will be a big steal. A big steal. And I think Wardlow probably be jumping ship. Ricky Starks, who's a friend of Cody, might be jumping ship. Because their contracts are going to end pretty soon. So, I mean, Hunter's just like going to sign everybody. He signed Julia. She's going to start in March in NXT. So NXT's fucking women's division on it, just getting bigger and better. And Julia, holy shit. I mean, Julia's going to win that NXT title probably at Stand and Deliver. Probably, if she debuts in March, which I think she will, because NXT Stand and Deliver is not until April 6th in the daytime. So, I would have Julia face whoever is the women's champion. Whoever that is. Tiffany Stratton, Roxy, Lyra Valkyria, whoever it is. They beat Julia, it's a wrap. Julia's gonna beat the fuck out of them. So, and Julia's probably gonna be in NXT for at least a year. So, I wouldn't put it out of the possibility we could see Julia, get ready for this, Julia, not Julia Hart, but Julia from New Japan, Julia versus Jade Cargill, possible WrestleMania 41 or 42 main event or somewhere in the middle of the card. I would pay to see that. Julia versus Jade, Julia versus Mommy Rhea Ripley, Julia versus Io or Asuka, even Kairi. It felt like a New Japan match. I mean, we would explode in our pants. Sorry, but it is what it is, man. But Hunter is just like, he is Booker of the Year. If it goes to Tony Khan, I just don't know why. But Hunter is like had an amazing year so far. Like pretty much the last few months, Hunter's just been like going crazy ever since the TKO deal. Hunter's been going crazy. Raw hasn't been that great. SmackDown's been pretty decent. But now Punk is there. The storylines that Hunter's gonna come up with are gonna be freaking pretty good to see. But we got that. And no, I'm not gonna chug. So I tried it once, and like, bleh. I didn't throw up, but I like almost choked. I'm not one of those guys like chug. But chug. But it is what it is. Alright, that's it for my Survivor Series review. I hope you liked the video and what I said, and if you do, hit that like button, leave a comment if you wish. You don't have to, but if you do, at least make it respectful. And we'll see what happens with all that good shit. Alright, so my final rating for Survivor Series 2023, I gave it a solid 8 out of 10 stars. Probably one of the best Survivor Series in I would say about a couple years. I think ever since 2019 with NXT. That one was good. 2020, the pandemic one, 21 was okay. Last year's was okay, too. It wasn't great, but still. This year's was great. I mean, the shock with Punk coming back. We didn't know he was coming back. And now, I think we're going to get a very good Royal Rumble coming up January the 25th, 26th, 2024. I think the next few pay-per-views for WWE are going to be amazing. Main roster I'm talking about. Royal Rumble is going to be amazing. Punk's in-ring debut, return. Probably in the Rumble, or he faces Seth Rollins for the title. I don't know. We'll see. Randy Orton comes back at the Rumble. What does he do? Don't know. But Jade's in-ring debut. Possible returns. Possible debuts at the Rumble. It's going to be chaos in Tampa Bay. And then we got the Elimination Chamber in Australia. Pretty much next year, freaking WWE's going worldwide. Australia in February. They're going to France for Backlash. Berlin in August. I mean, they're going everywhere. Saudi Arabia shows also next year. Crown Jewel. I don't know what other one they might do. I know Crown Jewel definitely. I don't know the other one. What it would be. Maybe Money in the Bank again. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with Saudi Arabia next year. I mean, they got that super card in January in Saudi Arabia. Or that super, whatever it is, super show. I don't know what it is. But I think Punk's supposed to be on that. Or if he's not, he probably will be. Who knows? That's going to be interesting. That's in January, though. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah, Survivor Series 2023 is in the books. 8 out of 10 stars. Let me know your thoughts down below. And watch my CM Punk reactions. Climbing up the charts, baby. So, leave your thoughts about that video. And leave thoughts about this video and any one of my other videos coming your way. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm going to have a little bit of din din. If I can stomach it, because I had a big lunch. So I may or I might make a light sandwich. And then, I'm going to watch the rest. I have to finish off a little bit of Collision. And then probably I would say about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from now, I'm going to do my Rampage Collision review on the Killer Demons channel. And that's it for the night, because I got work tomorrow, and I got some errands to run. And then, that's pretty much it. And then, tomorrow night, your Monday Night Raw review on the Killer Demons channel. And then, pretty much the same freaking shit. Probably till around Christmas time. Probably videos every day, maybe every other day. We'll see what happens with that. But as we go into the new year, probably around, like I said, by Christmas week, into New Year's, and probably after New Year's, the videos might be a little bit sporadic. because I might be taking a not mini vacation, but a mini trip, probably around New Year's Eve. But we'll see. It's not definite yet, but I might be off YouTube for maybe a day or two. Probably before New Year's Eve, but I will be doing a year in review for wrestling 2023 because it's been a great year so far. Talk about that. Also got to do World's End predictions. Got to do the review. Got to do SmackDown, Rampage, and Collision right around New Year's Eve. And then as soon as the ball drops, I'm going to do my first video of 2024, and then we'll go into 2024 with New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom 18 predictions, and then pretty much the status quo through 2024. Maybe some new stuff coming your way. Maybe some more music videos. Maybe some album reviews. Maybe some top 10s on the Metal God channel. Some top 10 in this moment songs. Top metal albums of all time that I like. Probably talk about the Grammys, the Shammies. Talk about that. Later on next year, we'll talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Ozzy, I didn't even know this. I thought Ozzy was already in as a solo artist. He is not, per Chris Jericho. That's what he said. Him and Sharon said Ozzy should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist. And I'm like, I thought he was already in. I know he's in it with Black Sabbath. That was like a few years ago. But I thought he was in by himself. But no, he's not. I was like, what? I had to look that up, and I'm like, it's true. He's not in as a solo artist. I'm like, why? Been that long? He's not even in? Crazy. But that's how it goes. Okay. But yeah, Ozzy has to go in next year. He has to be on the ballot at least. I mean, it's been like 40 years since his Blizzard of Oz album came out. So, I mean, surprisingly, he's not in as a solo artist. That's crazy to me. But he's not in. But Ozzy, I would hope, gets in next year. He has to. If he doesn't get in next year, I'm going to be mad. Same thing with, like, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, Linkin Park, bands like that. Pearl Jam's already in, I think. But Alice in Chains should have gone in. Stone Temple Pilots should have gone in. I mean, Rage got in this year. Judas Priest is in. Yeah, good. Iron Maiden should go in. They were on the ballot, but they didn't get enough votes, which sucks. But I hope Iron Maiden goes in. Def Leppard's in. That's great. Bon Jovi's in. Great. But a couple years, pretty much in 2 years or so, it'll be the no, actually, take that back. About 5-6 years, it'll be the 25th anniversary of In This Moment's great first album, Beautiful Tragedy. So, they'll be, kind of, they could, be, they won't be, they'll be thought about for, the Grammys, because it'll be 25 years since their first album. So, between 2030 and, between 2030 and, really, 2032, 2033, In This Moment could possibly be in the Hall of Fame. It's the first album, but I would think it might take another 20, probably 2050 when I'm like, we're about to hit 2020, so that's another 27 years. So, probably when I'm like 75, close to 80, I think In This Moment might finally get in the Hall of Fame. They'll be doing a video like old, you're in this moment, Sonny, you're going in the Hall of Fame, Sonny. I remember in 2005 when I met them, Sonny, back in my day, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I did go to the Hall of Fame when Pink Floyd was in. We got got inducted. I went to the one at the Garden. Well, not the Garden. I think it was at the Garden or the Barclays Center when Black Sabbath went in and Metallica went in. That was good. That was good shit. VIP, by the way, too. Laura's coming up to me. What are you doing? I'm like, what's up there, dude? gonna play with Ozzy. We're gonna kick your ass so hard tonight. Your testicles be coming out of your nose. Ain't that right, James? Yeah, of course. Oh, duh. Metallica. I bet you nothing they won't win a Grammy this year. Because you know how the Shammies hate Metallica. They really hate Metallica. But I digress. So we'll see what happens with that. That's February. So we got a long way to go. But anyway, we'll talk about that later on. All the wrestling reviews and the news and all the good shit coming your way in the next pretty much 5 weeks for the rest of the year. So stay with me. Please hit that bell so you stay in the loop so you don't miss a goddamn thing. Subscribe to my channels if you're new here. Welcome. Hope you stay. And if you leave, well, at least you had a good time, I guess. But in any case, everybody that has stayed since day one, really, thank you so much for that. And like I said, all you newbies here, welcome. If you're real people, then hit that like button, support the channel and everything else. Tell your friends, tell everybody you know. But if you're just obsessed assholes, then you probably need to go somewhere else. Go in your hole and stay there. And that's pretty much it. All right, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching, everybody. 8 out of 10 stars for Survivor Series, and that's pretty much it. No, I'm not drunk yet. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, motherfuckers. Peace.